when you kick, it's got to come straight like that. Bang!
Yeah.
You got to hit it.
Yeah, yeah, yep.
You can't hit it like that.
Yeah.
You can't hit it like this.
Yeah.
See, it pulls your skin.
Yes. Okay. Yep.
But if you hit it flat, see, if you hit me flat, see that?
Yeah.
That's the secret.
Yeah. Hey, how you going? It's Coach Eli here today with special guest Charlie Lufe. How you going, man?
Right.
Thanks for coming on.
That's okay. Sweet.
I just start off with for those of you who don't know who Charlie is. I think it's probably best that you let us know who's Charlie. What's your history? Because you fought in Muay Thai. You've been around the ropes quite a long time.
Yeah. I started training Muay Thai when I was about 16.
Yeah.
When I was young. My brother's friend. They were Thai, and we were like the martial arts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to train with one of the other brothers, with his dad, but his dad didn't need. So he said, "Oh, you can go train with Elephant's dad," which is son. He goes, "Oh, okay." So go down to the field at 5 o'clock, and then you'll see this guy running, and just join in with them. So went down to the field. You see this, actually big for a Thai.
Yeah.
A big square chisel face with a hoodie doing these rounds. I said, "Oh, hello." Do some training. 5 laps, boy.
Yeah.
It's a double oval too. Okay. 5 laps, and there's some squats and things like that. Then we went back to the house and we taught us how to kick the bag, and the bag was like cement.
Yeah, of course.
It made it look easy. Like I think Jay and I said the same thing.
Yeah.
When he first went to Son's house, he said, push it and kick it. Didn't feel the bag. It's like a normal bag.
Yeah.
Push, kick. I said, all right. Push, kick. It's like, oh, that hurt. But yeah, it's 16. Then train with him most of my life. So I didn't start fighting till maybe a bit later, about 25, 20.
Yeah.
Had a few fights, and then got married. I was married again, and then came back after my second marriage, and then had a few more fights, about 25 fights.
All right, nice. Yeah.
And then after finished fighting, started refereeing. I wanted to stay in the game, so I started refereeing. So
how'd you find that?
It was good. It was different.
Yeah.
But it was good.
So now if there was a bad call, it was your fault. It wasn't.
It's a little bit different. You got it's
Yeah.
You're never right or wrong, but you're always there to look after the fighter at the end of the day.
Yeah. 100%.
Sometimes if you pull up early, sometimes it's just best for them.
Yeah.
They live to fight another day, rather than sometimes let it go, and then they won't. So, but pretty much that's me.
Yeah. You would have seen some pretty crazy things, or being a fighter and a referee. You would have seen both sides, the glory of the win and all that, but then you would have also seen, the aftermath of a loss. And how does that what's your experience with that from a personal experience and even a referee's experience?
Personal experience, it's sometimes body image sometimes for them, because I've never been a six-pack person. I've been a short, stubby, little love handles. So kind of when you're fighting on Fox and things like that, they're more likely to go for that sort of times, even though the fight's close and you think you've got it. So a few times went that way, and it brings you down a little bit, but then as you become a coach and a ref, and you see some other fighters fight, and sometimes you as a referee, sometimes I'd say, no, you fought really good. Don't be bad. You lost. You did pretty good. You always try and encourage them. And same even when we lose and we thought we won. You always gotta have sportsmanship. It's sport. You gotta.
It is. Yeah, that's right.
You take the good with the bad.
And
it's what you do with that. Bad, it become good again. It makes you a better fighter or a better person as well.
100%, because there is both sides of that coin, because a person is not just a fighter. A person is also a person. And there's a lot to be said about that as well. So through your fighting career, what was the highlight?
Getting to go different places. I got to get it took me places where I probably wouldn't have gone.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it took me Queensland, Cairns, Darwin.
Yeah.
You know, it was just, I was with a family at the time. It was just a little bit harder then. But if I wasn't with the family at the time, I would have done Perth and Tasmania.
Yeah.
You know, it was all just coming. And the sport took me to all those places, and it was just like, wow, you know.
Yeah.
It was good. That was the upside of it. And meeting different people, different gyms, you know.
Yeah.
Just meeting people, you know, from other states and that, and, you know, and then making friends with other gyms. The next time you see them and fight somewhere else, you say, hey, you're from that one. Yeah, you're from that. You know, you make good friends out of that.
That's awesome. I guess because we were saying going to all these different gyms, and it's like everyone's got it says Muay Thai on their thing, but they vary in styles like quite differently across different gyms. Is there a right way or a wrong way to do Muay Thai? Is Muay Thai an open book, or is it a
Muay Thai? You get the best out of Muay Thai if you get your basics right.
Yeah.
Your basic fundamentals.
Yeah.
You know, your footwork, and if you get your footwork and punching right, and, you know, just mostly your footwork.
Yeah.
It pretty much comes, you know, falls in. The only other downside to it is when you come from other martial arts.
Yes. Yeah.
If you've never done anything, you pick up Muay Thai or Taekwondo, Kung Fu, whatever, or boxing. If you've never picked it up before, it's easy for them to, you know.
Because they're learning to walk for the first time. Yeah.
Where if you've come from other martial arts, sometimes they clash a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's anything, and it's kind of slows them up a little bit. Where if you've never trained or anything before, it's really easy. You know, they pick up really easy.
Yeah, like it's the Muay Thai stance and movement. I found it is quite square. Yeah. And you've got that lead leg bouncing, that locked leg, and because I've got a very broad background in MMA. I got like Muay Thai with Louise, boxing, but also got a black belt in karate, bit of jiu-jitsu, and all these other things. Right, I've done a fair bit of things, and when I started, it was like in karate, like a round kick is like this, and then they're like in Muay Thai, there's like a round kick is like this, and it's like. I always thought, I'm going to get so confused about when to do what kick, and would I confuse the things, because it might be like a bit different if you do it that way or if you do it that way. So
it's a little bit different, but not so different.
Yeah.
You know, your kicks and your punches, they just vary a little bit, and it's not wrong, because when everybody does the same thing and you do something different, that's the one that's going to count.
That's right. Exactly.
So it's not actually wrong. Yeah. It's just that you know, their fundamentals in that sort of way. As you can see, you know, they say, same when you see these when they fight Muay Thai, something, you see all the Taekwondo guys, you know, ooh, their kicks. Yeah. You know, when nothing else works for them. Yeah. You know, throw it in.
Yeah. And then you look at people like Sancho.
Yeah.
And you just cartwheel at you.
You know, it's like, you know, and everything comes in, you know, like, you know, karate's got some Kyokushin, was it Kyokushin?
Kyokushin?
Yeah. They got their leg kicks. See? We have the leg kicks, but they got the leg kicks too.
Yeah.
You know? And then, you know, your Taekwondo, your spinning kicks, and then you have, you know, your blocks from Wing Chun and stuff. Similar, you know, as they do the Muay Brown. Looks similar to the Wing Chun, you know?
Yeah.
So it's not, nothing's wrong.
Yeah.
It's just like when you learn things, it's a style, you know?
Yeah.
But which you know, the best fighters use all the styles.
Yes,
you know?
that's right.
You can adapt to boxing if you need to be boxing. You know?
Yeah. Because who knows, you might break your ankle or something and keep fighting and you can't kick. Yeah. You know, so you're gonna have to box.
And you've got plenty of Thai fighters that turn, you know, WBC champions that turn into boxing at the end of their careers.
Yeah.
You know, Samat Paikuru, you know, Samsan Isan, Virupon. They're all WBCs, and, you know, at the end of the career. Well, their end of the career is like 25. You're
fighting a long time though. That's
And they, you know, they all managed to, you know, switch over to boxing. You know? Not everybody can do it, but it's able done. You know, John Wayne Parr done it, Paul Briggs.
Yeah.
You know, a few of them. They're all, you know, kickboxers back in the day.
You would have. I just take it that you have been around enough that you would have trained with some pretty great people over in your time.
Some, yes, but I've mainly stayed to the one trainer.
Yeah.
But,
who was your trainer?
Sundoi.
Oh, yeah. So from way back.
From when I was 16.
Wow.
I'm his oldest student.
Yeah. Wow. That is. There's something to be said about that. That's awesome.
So every time we go, I see him. I go see him every now and then. Yeah, I'm his oldest student from 16.
Wow.
Still, we got some champions with us as well.
Yeah.
But they came a little bit later, like Alex Tui, Marcus Mangan, Dale Milton.
Yeah.
All good champions.
Because you also trained Tim Oni. And Sonny as well. Is that right?
Yeah. I helped them as well.
That's really cool. I really admire that, actually, having that one trainer, you know, throughout your whole career. And that's really I guess like there's that loyalty and that admiration that goes with it, you know.
I think it was just I was fortunate. It just came that way, and those if you ever those who know train with Son, they stay with Son.
Yeah.
You know, even though they still got their own schools and they run their own, you know, business and everything, they stay with Son.
Yeah.
I think it's just his technique and everything about it is just like, it just works.
Yeah.
And everybody just sticks to it.
Yeah. That's cool. That's awesome. What do you think the biggest lesson through your years as a martial artist, what do you think your biggest lesson that's come from martial arts is?
Good discipline.
Yeah.
You know, because the discipline you have there is your discipline you have in life, the discipline you have in work, discipline you have in family. You know, I find that, you know, discipline.
Yeah, I find that as well. About myself, a little bit about myself. For those who don't know, we haven't really had a good sit down and chat like this before. No. We've talked in passing a fair bit. Like with me, it was, I started training, I started training in a shed with my mate. He had a few amateur fights and that, and he's like, oh, I can teach you the basics sort of thing. And so out west in the shed in 45-degree heat, he trained me for a while. And he's actually still my best friend to this day. But then a few years later, I ended up back on the Central Coast, and I drove past Munamuso. So Gary Johnson owns that. He's used to do Zendukai and ended up starting his own school and all that. And I drove past and I saw, you know, like boxing, Muay Thai, MMA, karate, all that. And I was more wanting Muay Thai and MMA. And at this point, I was actually living in my car. So when I drove past, I'm like, you know, that's where I'm going to train. Just like something went off my head and I was like, I'm training there. That's where I'm going. So I went there, and not that day, but another day I went in there and I asked him, and and then he's like, you know, he's like, oh, and if you don't pay your fees, I'll pull you back here. And just that sense of humor got me, and I was like, you know, just like,
it's like home. I like this place.
Yeah. And so, but through that, I eventually took on all the martial arts I had to offer at that school, and that discipline that came with it, though, is like, it gave me a reason to get up every morning. Yeah. You know, it took me from living in the car and being homeless to, well, basically it's stuck with me all this way now. And I've just released my book, my first MMA book, you know, and
congratulations on that.
Thank you, man. Thank you. So yeah, that having that martial arts in my life was the biggest thing, I think, that really turned my life around, you know, like, yeah, I don't know. I just think there's a lot to be said for it, you know?
Yeah. Well, I moved up Central Coast 2003.
Yeah. We
come up here with the wife on business. And at that time, Tap Opataya was up here, training with 108 Super Leg, they were called back then.
Oh, okay, yeah, like up in Tuggery, yeah?
No, they're at a house at Dan's house.
Yeah.
And because I said, oh, I'll move up that way. He goes, oh, bro, you can come and give us hands with our kicks and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
So when I moved up here, started helping out there, and then CKO found out I was up here as well.
Yep.
So popped and say hello, and then, you know, helping out there, and then I was over at Rob Murdoch's as well.
Yep.
So I was just helping people up when I was up here. So I think I've been doing that for a while since I'm up here now. I'm not to one gym, but I'm just helping everybody else. You know, if they need a hand with anything, they just come and ask, oh, could you give us a hand with this? So yeah, no worries. Yeah. So made a lot of new friends, and that's why I know a lot of people on the coast here training.
Yeah.
Then when I was up here, I had a split with a wife, so I ended up living in a gym for about 2 years before. Thank Rob Murdoch for that one. I ended up living in his gym and looking after it.
Yeah.
And at the time, we come from a heavy Thai kicking background.
Yes.
But the hands weren't as nice as they should be.
Yeah.
So during the time I was up here, I ended up working on my hands.
Yeah.
And they end up becoming good as boxing. And then also we had another gentleman we worked security with named Paul Garland.
Okay, yes, yeah.
And his beautiful wife. They do karate and they do jiu-jitsu as well.
Yes, yeah.
So he said, why don't I send down one of my boys, one of my brown belts?
Yeah.
You help him out with his striking and he can help you out with your ground. So we ended up, doing So I ended up fixing my boxing and learned some MMA as well.
Yeah, awesome.
So now when I teach teach boxing and also stand up for the MMA guys.
Yeah,
so
cool.
from stand up to ground.
Yes.
Yeah, and then working them to stand up to ground and up and down. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm always busy like that. So when those fighters need a hand, they always, give a call.
Yeah.
And boxing as well. So just help some boxing gyms around here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go in and help them with the boxing.
That's awesome. I love that. I love that community feel. I've got a friend, he has a full life martial arts karate school, very kickboxy sort of school. And he's just opening up a gym as well, sort of near Deepwater Plaza.
Oh yeah.
And like through all this, like I've never been the type of guy that's been like, if you train here, you can only train here, you can't train anywhere else, and all that kind of stuff. And I've never been one to look down on any other person for their style or their school or whatever, I'd rather see the martial arts community build and grow. Like, I think it's about making the water rise, so all the ships rise, instead of trying to lift up one boat, So my friend that has his school and that, I'm always telling him, like, he's been here a few times and just sort of checked it out and just sort of like, oh, this is really cool, and, like, I'd love to give you a hand and things like that, and vice versa. And, I just love that community, and it moves away from that real self-centered, money-hungry sort of side of it, because there is both sides.
There is both sides,
Yeah, it's like some schools are very money-driven. You can see it, as soon as you walk in the door, and then other schools are more purist and about the art form and that.
I'm lucky. I can go from pretty much most of the gyms from around here. With some Sydney ones as well. Just having some friends, that there's some ex-fighters that run the other gyms as well. I'll pop in and say hello and stuff like that. And, it's always good to say hello to friends.
Yeah,
back
definitely.
then.
Yeah. With Muay Thai, I'm guessing. I was like, this is in my head of what you're gonna say, only because when I was training with Tim, it was the one thing he drilled into us, and I was going to say, what's the most important thing to do with Muay Thai? What's the most important thing with Muay Thai?
Just take your time, get your basics down right. Once your basics are down right, pretty much,
That's pretty much what he says, footwork. But he also says balance.
Balance is
balance.
Yeah, balance.
But that comes from
but you need most all martial arts, even boxing. You got to get a good balance. You got to know where your sense of gravity is. If you're a forward fighter, they're usually on the front foot.
Yes.
If you're a sitting weight puncher, they'll sit with their tapping toe.
Yeah.
If they're a counter puncher, they're always going to be moving backwards.
Yeah.
One of those fighters. Yeah. So you got to know where to balance where your weight is.
Yeah.
Back or forward, that your defense and your attack comes on your where you shift your weight. See, so you got to be balanced where you got to be.
It's a dance, and if you step out of line, it's got some pretty bad consequences.
But you'll need that in whatever martial arts you do, whether MMA, the balance on the ground. You can't be leaving anything out too high. Snap gone, it's gone. That arm's gone, or that leg's gone. Boxing the same. You got to stance down center. If you're forward, you lean forward. If you're a counterpuncher, you lean back. Counterpunch. You got to have that balance. So you're not falling over or falling forward when you miss or throw a kick or a punch.
100%. With the new wave of MMA, the new guys coming in, you see them all switching stances. So I do the same. Like I emulate a lot of my footwork and stuff. TJ Dillashaw and also Dwayne Ludwig, probably like my two favorite fighters. And I emulate a lot of their footwork all the time. And then you see people like Dominic Cruz, and you're just like, what the hell is this guy doing moving around? But when you see sort of like I call it the neo footwork of like the new footwork of MMA, how do you feel about that? When sort of like Muay Thai has that really traditional. This is the.
Again, nothing's wrong.
Yeah.
Nothing's wrong. You know, it's if you do, everybody does the same.
Yeah.
And you're both even. Someone's got to do something different to win.
Yeah. You wait for them to mess up.
If you shuffle your feet and you get him and mucks him up and you get him.
Yeah.
Hey.
If it works, it works.
Yeah, it works. That's it. You know, I mean, you got to do something. Sometimes you have to pull those bags of tricks out of your. If the fight's very close, you know, you're both even. Not much in it. You got to do something to break that fight, and a bit of switch stance, or you know, a bit of shuffle.
Yeah.
You know, just to get you that little split second to score that point. That you know that gives you that that winning point.
Yes.
At the end, because you know if you're both the same, you're like, same.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's hard. It's hard for them to pick. Oh yeah, that match that one. That was not much different, but you know, he did a switch stance, fell for it, got a good pump.
Yeah.
Clean score.
Yeah.
You know, he's up one, and the other one has to chase that point, makes a mistake.
Yeah.
He's up 2 points, so you know. It's those bag of tricks that good fighters have.
Yeah.
That they can pull out. You know, when they need to pull out those tricks. That's why Sanchai's got so many tricks.
Yeah.
You know?
100%.
You think he's going to do something? Oh no, he does something different.
I love the one where he jumps up and as if he's going to kick him in the head and kicks him in the leg.
He doesn't want to kick your leg. Sorry. What's he? Oh, it's the leg. And next thing you go to leg, he kicks your head.
I saw one recently where he's the guy who was versing puts his pants in and does the little shuffle that he has. He goes and knocks him out there, kick. It's gold. Hey, it's You said you were doing a lot of stuff you're moving to the ground as well. What was that like, moving from complete stand up to?
It's stand up on the ground. One thing I can say is the MMA fighters are 100% more fitter than athletes that I know of. Their training is crazy.
Yeah.
Their core is amazing. The things they do, you know. I think Muay Thai is much easier to do standing up, hands down, you know, unless you push yourself really hard. But when you see those MMA guys going through their drills and it's like man. You know, I've been there and done it. It's like, man, it's hard. It's hard. I'd rather run 10Ks than, you know, do all the prawning and the shrimping and the, sliding and I just think they're you know athletically wise, they're so fit, and they need to for the explosion on the ground. Yeah, you know, that they need to do when rolling and then getting back up and then getting back down again. It just drains it. You have to be that, you know, that fit.
When we do some sparring and stuff in MMA, I always get I start them off with boxing or something, and then we add the feet and all that kind of stuff, and then we add the takedowns, and then we sort of do all that. But then sometimes we'll just go, you know, like, all right, first round's, you know, striking, second round's on the ground, you know, and it's sort of like back and forth, back. And I tell you what, like those rounds on the ground, they absolutely wreck you. And then you got to get up, and then you got to strike, and you're just like, oh. Like at my black belt grading, so it was something like 8 hours long or something, and so the last thing we do is spar after we've just done everything, and then we spar. And then we had to do the same thing because it was a freestyle sort of school. So we did grappling and stuff as well. And did the same thing, you know, like you had to do all these stand-up rounds, you had to do rounds on the ground, then you had to stand up.
It takes so much. And I see in the fights too, it takes it out of the fighters, so that's why they have to be so fit.
Yeah, 100%. It's, you know, like you definitely get a newfound respect when you're watching it. And it's like, you see them up against the cage or something pushing and they're on the ground and then they get up and then they're like,
trying to crawl back up and get back up again.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be taken down again.
And it's like it's hard. It's hard if you're being held up against here and you're going to hit and you're trying to get out and then you got to get out of there and then you got to get striking and it's like
I enjoy it, but and the reason I don't like it as much, my knees are very sensitive now. It's not from training. It's just arthritis.
Which is very common in martial artists. I found arthritis is a thing, right?
But so I can't get on my knees anymore. And which is annoying because I used to like getting on the knees and going for wrestle, you know. And then I used to get bad cramps. Like I get a good position. Oh, what's about it? Cramp. Get off there. But I enjoyed it, and it's like Muay Thai lying down, but more difficult. More difficult because. But amazing too, when you're learning it, you know, when you're learning how to submit and then you learn to escape. And then you learn to submit and you learn to escape. And then when you roll with the good guys, they've already got that, you know, 4 times already, you know. And it takes you a little while. I happened to, one day I was rolling, we were there at our gym, it was a security gym at Erina, and they had a guy come in later on. It was a blue belt. I think blue belt. Yeah, I think it was blue or purple. One of the two. But he was a state champion, and he was a little bit heavier. And I was watching him roll, and we were training. And he goes, "All right, you have a go now." And I'm going, "Oh my god, I'm going to have a go." You know, submit me here, submit me there, submit me here. So I'm trying to think of something. You know, And I finally got. I thought, okay, and I got him. As soon as I got, I'm gonna go home. He goes, no. Get back here. Submission came in faster. I was like, tap. As soon as I tapped, I tapped again. But I got that one. So I learned something. So I was so happy when I got him. I was like, I'm gonna go home now. He goes, no. You stay.
That's so cool.
But you have to be like, you know, you have to like. Just thinking your movements have to be precise. You can't leave anything, you know, hanging out there. Or it's gone. It's gone. It's
straight away.
Arm bars on it, you know, leg bar, you know, a guillotine or rear naked's on it. You know, if you leave it to
that's it.
But I was happy when I got him. I was really running it out.
100%.
But I haven't rolled for 8 years. I enjoy that time. I was about 1 or 2 years. We did it. Yeah. So it was good. But then after a while, my knees just weren't holding up.
All right. 2 questions for you. One, I've forgotten the other one already. So what I was going to say is, from training when you were younger till now, have you seen a different approach to nutrition and recovery and all that kind of stuff? Like there's more like new style of training, especially when you're training Muay Thai and that they're adding the new sports science to it. You know, it's of the old grit, run, jump, skip, and push-ups. You know, those sort of things. They add a lot of that to it. Nutrition that's coming in more now because your body has to recover and so. But everybody's learning from other sports. On how to recover. So like, you know, we learn from the gridiron, and you know those guys how they recover. You know, from their hits and stuff like that. You know, what was I reading? I was watching something one time, and they were telling me in the war, you die faster in heat than what you do in cold. In a cold climate. Because in the heat you bleed out quicker. And in the cold your body shuts down. And contracts.
And repairs and it goes to repair mode.
Right.
That's why we're in ice baths to bring the temperature low.
Yes.
So that's why you see everybody ice bathing now, because once you get your core down to a certain, everything shuts down and it goes to automatic repair mode.
Yeah.
But in the heat, it doesn't. It just keeps going.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
So that was interesting. Yeah, because I was a war soldier or war medic.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was watching it somewhere and it goes, oh, do you know if you fight in the snow or something, you'll live longer if you get shot. But if you're in a heat or desert or somewhere like that or jungle, you bleed out, you die faster if you don't, you know.
It makes complete sense. Like when you're warm, everything expands and your blood flows. So
that's like, you know, when your cornermen get you in the corner, they've got to try and pull you down as fast as they can. To bring your core down.
There's something actually with the cooling, because like we're saying, the sports science and that, and like because I coach and stuff, and I also train, so I want to recover and repair myself the best I can. So I've done a lot of research and you know, watching like a lot of scientific podcasts and things like that. And the cooling method that I use is called the Mma cooling method. It's on the Andrew Huberman podcast. Have you heard of it?
No.
So what it is, you know, when they cool them, they put it on their chest or the back of their neck, on their back and that. He's saying you shouldn't do that. He's saying that because it constricts the blood going to the brain.
Those are the two main ones run down either side.
Yeah, so he says there's the best and most effective way you can cool yourself is there's a special type of skin on our hands, our forehead, and the soles of our feet. And I can't pronounce the name. I think it's called globulus or something skin. And so we don't grow hair out of there. And that's this is where we absorb heat. If we're cold, we go. You can feel your whole body warm up, right? Because this is, if you heat it up, we warm up. But if you cool it down, our body will cool down. So cooling the forehead and the palms of the hands or the soles of the feet will cool us down more effectively and quickly and safely. And I haven't seen any of that within. I don't really watch too much boxing.
Hard to do when you got gloves on.
right. So what I'm thinking is the ice bags on the feet and the forehead for MMA, say. Which is
not too bad for the Thais because they have theirs in they got a pan.
So they could.
So the ice that falls off from there, their feet are still. Do you know what I mean? Because you see the Thai when they fight the Thais when they round up, they've got a pan that comes around that catches all the ice and the water. Which their feet are getting cooled because of the water and the ice that they use.
There you go. You know, they're onto it. So it's like with the strength and conditioning classes we do every morning. We do like a circuit, right? So, but there's no rest. Well, there is a rest. The rest is a round. Instead of like, say have like a minute on each station, there's 10 stations. And on the 11th station, I get them to go into the bathroom there and turn on the tap and just cool their hands and their forehead. And before I started doing that with the guys, they were dying. They were getting fitter, but they were dying, you know, because an hour session. And their muscles are heating up and they're getting exhausted. And then since I started doing that with them, they're just smashing it. They're doing like heaps more work, recovering quicker. They're not getting exhausted as much. And that's something that I've just like noticed like personally, but there's also the science behind it. You know, it's really good for recovery to cool down effectively and during workouts and stuff. But I can't remember what the other question was. The other question was something. But
I get asked a lot when I teach people that don't know me, and when I teach people, they say, "Oh, so how long did you stay in Thailand for?" And I said, "I've never been to Thailand." They said, "What?" I said, "Never been to Thailand, but you teach like a Thai." They said, "You teach like a Thai." I said, "I've been taught by a Thai." So that I get that a lot, and then I think I went 3 years ago. I went the first time I went to Thailand. So I went to Thailand and I trained at the gym in Thailand. It was good there.
Which gym?
Petrum Room. Sylvie's gym. It was good. It's like nice little fight gym. It was there. It was great. Just went there and enjoyed it. And they took me to Lumpini because they got Lumpini fighters. And I was standing there, I'll never get to these stadiums because didn't have time to go. And they said to me, I think the fellow said, next week we got one boy fighting in in Lumpini. You want to come?
Yeah.
I said, well, yeah. Tick that off the list. And because I always massage the trainers and that, and they said, do you want to work the corner for us at the stadium? I said, oh yeah. As soon as I got there and I saw it was on live TV, I said, yeah, nah.
Yeah.
Not live TV, you know. I'll probably muck up or drop something.
Yeah.
But I was all fucking, I built myself, As soon as I got to the stadium and I went, they're broadcasting live. Yes. Yeah. You sure? You'll be all right. I said, no.
Oh, let's go.
But it was good to go with the boys to see how they prepare. Help them prepare in the background and massage them down as well.
Yep.
So got to do that and then walk out with them and in their corner when they're fighting. It was great. It was just good.
Yeah.
It was good. One of the good experience I've always wanted to experience, one of those.
Yeah.
And everybody every time goes, I've been to Thailand. I said, I haven't been to Thailand. Are you sure? I said, no, you teach like, they've all been to Thailand so many times.
Yeah.
But that was my first time, about 4 years ago.
When you say teach, like you're from Thailand, what would that mean? Like how does Thailand training differ to say?
It's a slower.
Yeah.
It's a slower method, but they pick up quicker.
Yes.
It's a little bit more time.
Yeah.
But I think I've been gifted the gift of like I can pick up things straight away.
Yeah.
That's why they always ask me, can you look at my boy? I can't get him to do this. Shadow for me. Show me. Just do that. Done. Yeah. Can you come? I can't get this girl to kick properly. Why? Because show me. Just do it like this and then boom.
Yeah.
So I've got that little gift that I'm able to tweak. Tweak anybody, like, or someone's getting ready for a fight or something like that, and I'm watching them. Because you don't ever watch my boys ready to fight. He needs this. He's all right, but he needs a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
So that's what it's like now. Like for me, I can see something or someone. They say, I can't get this person to throw this punch.
Yeah.
And I said, show me. I said, just get him to move this and that, and all of a sudden,
then it works. Yeah, that's cool. So it's I guess because I found my training, not all trainers, but it's very much a lot of people want to kick and punch and do everything now, and there's no, it's like they just come in, they start kicking, they start punching, and they start doing these ones, and then it's just like, and it's, I guess there's a lot of sacrifice in their training if you're getting them to do a drill or something. So like as a coach, it's like you want them to do the drills, but then you got to manage all the different people at different skill sets, and I guess it does get a bit hard sometimes for coaches.
You try and keep it as basic as you can for when they start.
Yeah.
So it'll be only just one thing.
Yeah.
We'll be doing this one, or maybe two things. You might be doing this one and this one tonight. That's what we learned tonight.
Yeah.
No more than that.
Yeah.
And then next week they come and have a look, see if they've improved it. And then another one.
Yeah.
You got to start like that. If you give them too many things, it's
too much.
Yeah, it's just too much.
Yeah, like
it's same when you're training fighters. It's pretty much the same. You give them pretty much a realistic amount to do. Yeah. Because that's when they fight realistically. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
If you give them too much, it's all right for fitness, but they'll never use it.
Exactly.
They'll never use it.
Yeah.
So you try and keep it as real as you can get. That's why most of the time when the Thais train, they only give you a few things, and then after that they build on it. Yeah. And they'll build on it. Yeah. They'll give you the first two to start with. Once you get that right, then they can sense it. Then all of a sudden, throw elbow. You go, throw it, because you know their rhythm and their time is in. Yeah. They can throw that elbow, and you can add that. Whatever it is you want to add next to it. Yeah. You just add it slowly like that. Then afterwards, then you can run your combo afterwards a little bit better. Yeah. But you try to keep everything as real as can be. Yeah. So you wouldn't want to do like, just my point of view, not more than like a 6 or 5 combination.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very rarely. So you start off with a 2, and then then you follow through with a 3.
Yeah.
You might start off with a push and a jab, and then you go a double kick and a punch after that, or a check or a defense. And you always got to tell them, remind them, your defense is your attack. Your attack is your defense.
Yes. Yeah.
So that it's always the same, not one without the other.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. That's on the board over there where it says MMA June. That's my half of the board. So so for the month of June, we're doing 2 combos. I don't want to give them so many things. But so we drill these 2 combos, and then I expect them to be doing these inspiring as well. And we'll do 1 takedown for the month, and then we'll do. We've actually got 2 submissions and escapes this month. It's head and arm choke and the rear naked choke. But I chain them together. So last month it was the arm bar and rear naked, and so we can transition between the 2. And
that's all you need. Then after that, once you get that down, then they build it. Then they can build. They watch what they want to watch, and sound like me when I first started watching MMA, didn't understand it. Okay. And then when you get to do it a bit more, then you kind of understand it. Then you go, whoa. I get it.
I
get it.
I see what you did there.
I get it. How did you do that? What's that? Is that a Peruvian necktie? I haven't seen that one. Then, now you got full front on chokes. From the front. Man, I'm like, wow, I like that. I saw that a couple weeks ago. That guy, he does that all the time. I thought I thought about doing it, but I didn't know you could actually do it. But you can actually do it. So
that's
you build on your basic chokes. And then the rest of then you can go your leg locks, your arm bar, different arm bars, your triangles, and you get all those, and whichever suits your body the most. You know what I mean?
That's right, because not all submissions are for everyone.
Yeah.
Even strikes as well. Not all strikes are for everyone.
No.
I guess that's why the fundamentals. It comes back to the fundamentals. You should learn and master the fundamentals so that at least you know how to use the tools before you go out and start creating. It's an art. Well, that's really what it is. It's an art form. It's you got to learn what each sort of whether it's a paint or a crayon or whatever it is. Learn how to use it before you.
Before you start learning how to smudge and shade and
exactly.
You get those ones that can just draw with each stroke. You make a picture of just one stroke. How do they do that? Just one stroke, and they just draw a whole big.
Oh, it's amazing, right?
It is. But
But it just comes down to it's the fundamentals and the basics, right? Because that's all it is. And it's just that I guess a genuine expression. I guess that's what fighting is, right? It's a way to express yourself genuinely, and Do you think that fighting and martial arts in your life has changed the trajectory of where your life would have been? I know you've done it your whole life.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think maybe a bit different. Like I said, I was so lucky. Because the uncle had a sore knee, and I went to him. To the other uncle. It was like, bless. If you didn't have him, might not have been doing martial arts. I might have been doing something. But I love the martial arts, but I might not have been in good. I love martial arts, and whatever martial art. Never had the money to when I was younger to go and register. I would go for one class and stuff like that, and they'll always say, "Oh, you're very good." You know what I mean? So I liked it, but I couldn't afford it. So it was one of those. But I could pick it up. I could pick it up. Doing this, doing that, and probably most of the time kick it was spar time, kick the black belt's ass. A no belt I kick it. But never had the money. And then all of a sudden this came along, and it wasn't a money thing. It was just a training. You want to come and train? Yeah, come train. Didn't charge me anything.
That's cool.
And it wasn't until after we started they got a place to train. Then they started charging. It was just in the backyard. He said, "Oh, you come tomorrow?" Yeah, I'll come tomorrow. Come tomorrow. Oh, sorry. I'll come tomorrow. So and there used to be a group of us. They used to go, and we used to charge, but. That sandbag is what what change if you want to keep going or not, because it was like you have to kick that bag. It's like rock solid. And as young kids, like when you see him do it, he just boom, puts his big dent in it, and we're like, okay, how are we going to do this? So there's like 4 of us in the afternoon there, or 6 of us, and we're all groups. It's like, all right, who's got money? Everybody put their money in. Because we're going to go hot chips after this. And whoever kicks the most gets the most hot chips. So it's grin and bear until you figure out that there's a technique to it. There's an actual technique to kick the bag, sandbag, that doesn't hurt. If you kick the bag wrong, it canes. You have to hit it flush, and square. That way. So if that's your foot there, if that's your shin, when you kick, it's got to come straight like that. Bang! You got to hit it. You can't hit it like that. You can't hit it like this. See, it pulls your skin. But if you hit it flat, see, if you hit me flat, see that? That's the secret.
Wow, okay.
Once you hit the bang the first time, hit the second time, same spot all the time, it's like soft bag. My trainer used to give me the heavy bag, the same bag. My trainer would always say, Charlie, soften the bag up for them. But it was like, but it all comes to the same thing. Like, and all of a sudden, I watched him. I said, how does he do it? And I watched him. And I saw him. I go, try it. And I really ripped it on. Bang! And it didn't hurt. Pushed it again. Bang! Didn't hurt. Swung it as far as I could. Hit it. It didn't hurt. I go, got it. So, once you know how to do it, but when you kick people with it, it hurts. And you don't have to hit it hard. You feel the blade of the shin. When it gets kicked.
That's cool.
So whenever I fought my fights, I was always like shorty. So when they punch, chop
them legs.
Ooh, it's a test right, buddy. Every time after our fights, they always go, oh, you guys always kick hard. Hard kickers.
You kick me really hard.
We're known for our kicks when we fight other gyms. They were hard kickers.
That's cool.
Purple leg for about a month, they always say, or rib.
That's cool. So like I was shin conditioning and stuff, I guess. Like all I do is I kick the bottom of the bag. I go instep, and then I go shin, and then I go top of the shin, and on the bottom of the bag. And it's like 20 or 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, sort of thing. And then I also punch the makiwara for my hands and sometimes the elbow and sometimes like that sort of stuff as well. Do you do any conditioning or anything like that, or do you?
Now, once you know how to do it,
you don't have to.
Don't have to. Once you know the trick, it's the same. Same like punching. Once you know how to punch right, you never forget how to punch right. You bang, you pull it out whenever you want.
Cool.
Same with kick. But I don't kick as much now because I rarely teach much Muay Thai now. It's more boxing. A lot of the boxing has grabbed me. A lot of them now. I think because I bring a different perspective to the boxing. Just a different style. I had a student, a female student, boxing. She was boxing. Her name was Sally Hass. And she was on the coast, and we were training over at Impact. With Tim and that, and then Tim goes, "Hey, there's this scary girl that comes down and she just punched the bag, but she looks mean, I said, oh yeah, because me, Sonny, Tim, and that when we train, we always play around and laugh and do well, have fun. And we were training one day, and I saw this girl and she's standing there just punching bag, and I said, oh, she looks bored shitless. Hey sis, what are you doing? It's good. You want to come and have a hit? Because I was padding. I said, you want to come and have a hit? So I'll pad for you. It's all right. Like you look bored. Like anytime you want in, just jump in with us. We're a bunch of boys, but I think you can hold your own. So she was boxing. And then just padded for a little bit, and then she was like, all right, she's not too bad. Moves okay. This and that. And then I said, well, if you ever need a hand and I'm there, just jump in with them. She goes, oh, all right. And then afterwards, she came in. She jumped in with us a few more times, and she says, "Oh, I got a fight coming up. Can you give me a hand? Because I'm having troubles with my trainers from Newcastle."
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah, all right, no worries. We'll work on it, and just a different kind of workout for her."
Yeah.
I know. We just work different.
Yeah.
To other boxers, boxing camps, slightly different. And it just came up really good. What do we get? We end up going serious. He goes, "Oh, would you be my coach?" I said, I'm busy, but I will help you as much as I can."
Yeah.
So I think we there for about 8 months, and we got golden gloves. She got golden gloves, and cool. She just missed out on state champions as well.
Yeah, wow.
So for the short time we were together.
Yeah.
And now she's over in Egypt and doing big things there with women's boxing.
Yeah, awesome.
And stuff like that. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, she was there only about a year or two ago. She brought her son and her daughter back. They come to visit family here.
Yeah.
But she's doing good. That's what she wanted to do. She wanted to teach.
Yeah.
But she did most of the boxing with me afterwards. So it's like just what we brought to the table was a little bit different from everybody else's.
Yeah.
Which made it, I don't know, just the way we were.
Yeah. When you say a little bit different, what sort of made it different? What was the sort of elements that sort of differed? If you don't mind sharing a little bit of insight.
You gotta be able to defend. You gotta have your defense. You gotta be able to defend yourself, or else it's not gonna be fun.
Yeah.
And you gotta be confident, and you gotta believe in yourself that you can defend yourself.
Yeah.
Not just you can give it, but you gotta be able to take it.
Yeah.
And that's the way you've got to. I think that's the way we bring it. Same like in Thai boxing, you got to give and take.
Yeah.
And we just put that sort of thing into the boxing.
Yeah.
That, you got to work on your defense.
Yeah.
Work on defend and attack. Defense and attack.
Yeah.
And we were hardly ever touched up. Everybody else knows, bleeding black eyes.
Yeah.
Whenever we fought, barely a scratch. Maybe a little bleeding nose.
Yeah.
But boxed a little bit different to others. Movement a little bit different.
Yeah.
We hit left and right.
Yep.
Use both sides.
Yep.
Which sometimes when I teach boxers, train boxers that already box.
Yeah.
They find that weird.
Yeah.
That whatever you do on your left side, you got to be able to do on the right side.
Yeah.
Whatever combo you do on this side, you got to be able to do that combo on that side.
Yeah.
They find that weird. I don't know, but every time I've had people from other boxing gyms come and I've worked with them.
Yeah.
At the beginning, they found that weird, and then once they worked with it, they said, "Oh, don't know why that was weird, but I don't know why I was never taught, to hit from both sides." But we come just more defensive.
Yep.
And we hit from both sides.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I make sure that everyone does. I don't do, if someone's orthodox, I don't care. You're doing orthodox and southpaw. I'm like, you're going to be able to do this combo in both stances. I think it's super important. I don't know why it's not a thing. These are the things I've run into teaching boxing now, or helping boxing. And some boxers come over, they've done boxing for a while, and they come to me and I go, 1, 2, 3 this side, 1, 2, 3 that side. Or 1, 2 hook this side, 1, 2 hook that side. Yeah.
Huh? 1, 2 uppercut this side, 1, 2 uppercut this, huh?
Yeah.
It's just for, and I go, I don't know. It's always been like my thing, but I've got to be able to hit with both sides. You don't know which side it's coming to. You got to be able to hit with both sides.
Yeah.
But every time I get someone from a different gym, they always find that weird to start off with. But
I find it helps me as well fighting southpaws, or because you train orthodox and all this sort of stuff, but then you do the combo on the other side, and then it's. You trained it, so it's all good.
Yeah.
So, you can still do whatever it is, And yeah, I don't know. It just makes sense to train both sides, you know. But yeah, I think we better wrap it up. I've got to go home and eat some food. I'm starving.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
It's been amazing, brother. Thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure. And you know, this is one of the podcasts I've wanted to do for a while now. I've got a list of people on my whiteboard that I want on my podcast, and you've been on that board for a while. I remember the first time I think I met you. You sort of, I was teaching. And you were standing in the doorway.
I normally drop in and sit down and giggle.
I'm like, who's this guy? I'm like, this guy's like, he's definitely like been around the tracks, and I'm like, I've only just started teaching this year, and I'm like.
Well, that's where I pop up a lot of gyms, you know. Hey, pop up the other friend's gym the other day, and I go, oh, you're showing that? He goes, oh, that's only because you're here. I know we don't teach, but it's funny. I was like, but then, you know, just sort of like as we sort of met each other a little bit better, you know, it's always been a pleasure to talk to you and stuff as well. Yeah, I always pop in here, I pop in there.
Yeah.
It's never any drama.
You just seen who's got the food on. Has anyone got a barbecue?
That's probably
yeah.
But yeah, thanks, man.
Thank you, bro. Pleasure. Awesome.
Caught in a death row in my own bed. Discomfort sends shockwaves straight up the spine to the head. I feel like the walking dead. A smashed hourglass on my torso resembles stop time. I smashed the clock.